ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the Lamb Slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, three-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcast, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown Class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahaiman. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
All right. Shalom, Israel. To all the brothers out there. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shah Bakathum. To all the sisters out there. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Al-Atham Ba'Shem Yahushua. I want to say the water to my brother Officer Dawada. Shalom, Yahweh Shabakatah. The water for assisting me tonight with this class, aka series that we're gonna go into involving courtship. Okay. And I felt this class was necessary for all the brothers and sisters out there who are looking to enter a courtship, or who have maybe not have had a successful courtship. All right. And these things are important because we're going to go into that tonight, and we're going to gain an understanding, because once again, the UPK, we always deal with understanding. All right. We deal with what's practical. So we're going to go into some things tonight. I've prepared a slide. Priest and Officer Dawada is going to help me with that. Where I could just highlight some points for brothers and sisters out there who are looking to enter into a courtship and, Lord allow, potentially marry a brother or sister. Now, for the general public out there who may not be familiar with the Israelite School of UPK, we have rules in this school. And the rules have been established since 1969. Okay? Commanding General Yohana keeps those rules to this day. All right? And the rules we're talking about right now, we're going to talk about courtship. And there's rules to courtship. Okay? If you ever wondered why the outside world, or those that are in the world, do not have successful relationships, do not have successful marriages, because they do not stick to a formula that the Bible prescribes us to do. All right. God gives us a blueprint on how things should be between a man and a woman. Okay. And how things should not be between a man and a woman. So we're going to go into that tonight in regards to courtship and how we do things in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Now, with that being said, we know that we're approaching the Passover. And I felt this class was necessary because a lot of brothers and sisters are going to enter into courtships, maybe get those courtships approved during the Passover, right? Around that time. Some brothers and sisters may also get their courtship blessed in order to proceed to a marriage. Okay? So tonight we're going to go into that and give some clarity, like we always do, for those who may not feel like they have clarity. We're going to give clarity on why this process is super important. Okay. All right. So now, and feel free, if for any brother or sister that's out there, you have questions, please put them into the chat. Priest and Officer Dawada will get to those questions. We will go into those questions, and we'll, Lord allow, be able to address the majority of those questions tonight. Whatever we will not be able to address tonight, we'll follow into next class, which is a part of this series. Okay. All right. So now, let me see if I can, let me know if I'm doing this right, Dawada. I want to add this to the stage. Can anyone see that? What is courtship?
Sir.
Okay. So now we have to define what is courtship. Okay. We got to define that. All right. We're going to enter into something. We have to know the parameters of it. We have to know the definition of it. What does it mean? You understand? It can't mean what you want it to mean. It has to mean, we have to know what the actual word mean. Okay, so now what is courtship? All right, let's define the word courtship. All right,
want me to read it, sir?
Go ahead, my brother.
So this is the definition of courtship. It says courtship is the period of time when two people get to know each other romantically, which means on a more personal level, before deciding to enter a committed relationship such as marriage.
All right, so now that is the definition online. I'm going to have him read the Webster's Dictionary root word of court, right, which is the root word of courtship. But I want you to understand, brothers and sisters, understand something. A courtship, like we just read, is a period of time. You can make that a little bit bigger, my brother Salakia. A little bit bigger on the screen.
In order to make it bigger, so you have to shrink your screen that it's on.
I'm sorry. We just leave it like it is. I'm sorry, my brother. Okay, can everyone, if you can see that, everybody give me a 1 if you can see that out there. To all the brothers and sisters out there, if you can see, if you can read that, just give me a 1. If not, give me a 2, and I can see if I can adjust that. But what that's saying is saying the definition of the word courtship. Now, the period of time, it depends on both of you. Okay? It depends on the male and the female. Okay? Now, that period of time, it may be tailored by the ISUPK, depending on the circumstance. But that period of time is determined by the brother and sister in the courtship. Okay? Notice I put in parentheses on a more personal level. The reason I put that, because the word romantically can sometimes be misconstrued with this definition. So romance to some people mean intimate touching and things like that. And in the Israelite School of UPK, that is not permitted during a courtship. Okay. So this right here is on a more personal level, meaning there's a brother and a sister in the school and you know them, you see them, but you may not know them on a more personal level. If everybody understand what I'm saying. Okay. So you're getting to know each other, and knowing each other on a more personal level. What does that do? That gives you an insight to this person's character. Okay. That gives you an insight to this brother or sister's character. That's what that means on a more personal level before deciding what Dawada?
Before deciding to enter a committed relationship such as marriage.
You see this? This is the process that you go to before you decide to enter into a committed relationship. Commitment is a strong word. And this is why we have to define courtship. Before you decide to go into a committed relationship, this process, what? It ushers you into that stage. And a lot of people, this is why people make the distinction between dating and courting. Courting has parameters. Courting has oversight. Dating does not. People in the world tell you all the time, I'm dating, or we've been dating. You know what that means, Dawada?
Sir.
Huh? That means it ain't no rules to dating, because the world, you can date whoever you want, according to them. But no, not courtship. Courtship is a little bit more structured. And what does courtship do? It protects both parties. Huh? It protects the man and the woman from the danger that can happen if this is not done properly. You understand, brothers and sisters? Now, Dawada, if you could, my brother, could you read the rest of that slide where it goes into the root word court?
Sir. This is the Webster's Dictionary. It says the definition of court root word, the verb form, is to seek, to gain, or achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to seek the affections of, especially to seek to win a pledge of marriage from.
You see that? And notice the word seek and achieve and win. Right? Meaning that what? There's a process to this. I hope you brothers and sisters are understanding what we're talking about here. You are trying to seek, gain, or achieve, or in essence, win this person's approval to show that you're a suitable mate for them. You understand? And it's not a one-way street. It goes for both male and female. Brothers may ask for a sister in courtship. A sister may ask for a brother in courtship. But the goal of the courtship is to win each other approval for marriage. You understand? Now, the oversight comes in is the ISUPK. If you are a brother or sister that gets your courtship approved, that means that you, as a brother or sister, have met the standard. You have met the standard that the UPK has allowed. You have met that standard, and you are allowed now to court. Congratulations. But it doesn't stop there. Now you are getting to know each other on a more personal level. You are allowed to contact each other personal without supervision. You're able to go on dates without supervision. You're able to do all these things alone, with the trust that the school put into you, that you will uphold this process according to the Israelite School of UPK. So many times, brothers and sisters do not that a lot of times this does not happen. This does not happen. It does not happen because of many different reasons. We're gonna go into that tonight. And you ever wonder why relationships fail? Why things are not done right in the right manner and in the right way? We're gonna go into it tonight. Because God has a process for everything.
That's right.
Everything he created, when he created everything, he said it was good when he finished his work. So there's a process to every form of our lives as brothers and sisters in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This class is for everyone, sis. Okay, read that. What did the sister say so everybody can know?
Kind of what sir. She said, is this class just for the single brothers and sisters?
This class is for everybody in the Israelite School of UPK. That's what this class is for. And why do I say that? Because even if you are married, you have children. Most people have children. And we are a nation and we're growing. So you need to know this, not just, even if you already are married, you need to know this. Some things you might have missed, you might have not understood, but you're going to need this for your sons and daughters. Huh? This right here is how we establish power in this nation. Marriage is an institution. All right. And the matters of the heart are delicate, but in the same breath, they're dangerous.
If I could, sir.
I need you to understand. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dawada.
I was going to also say for married couples, a lot of us miss this opportunity for courtship in the beginning, but by definition, like you just read just now, there's still opportunities to seek and achieve and gain in our relationships.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. You understand? There's still room for growth. All right. Don't ever think that a lesson is above you or beneath you, because God always uses these times to highlight things. You understand? To highlight things in many different ways. Okay. All right. Doc, can you get the security announcements on the screen? I want to get that before we go any further.
Count on, sir.
Okay, hold on 1 second. While you getting that, hold on. Everyone just be patient. Hold on 1 second. Let Dawada, and Dawada, when you get that on the screen, could you read that for us, please?
Count on, sir. All right. So this is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted.
Hold on 1 second. Can you read that one more time, my brother?
Yes, sir. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months.
Now, hold on. Let's stop right there. If you are trying to be in a courtship, once again, this is the rules that's set by the authority in the Israelite School of UPK. A new brother, I'm sorry, read it again.
When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months.
So, right, once again, this rule right here is for what? To protect the new brother or sister. They are to come in into what? And why? I want to see who can get this right here. Why does it say they are off limits for 6 months? I want to see if you understand on a spiritual level, why did the school say this? Does anyone know? Why a brother or sister's off limits for 6 months? Keep in mind, they don't have this in the church now.
Right.
I want to see if somebody paying attention. Why is the brother or sister off limits? Who is that? Who is that? They just said that, brother?
This is Sister Shathara. She said to shed themselves.
There you go. To shed themselves of the world. You understand why? Why do you have to shed yourself of the world? Because you are coming in with the world's expectation of what a marriage should be. You're coming into school with with the world's expectations of what it means to be in a relationship.
Right.
Don't lose that. Because that is for a reason. Because this person has to die and to become someone new. That's why you're giving your Hebrew name when you come into this school after this time. That's 6 months. If you violate that, you have already violated a future courtship. I want to make that clear. And if you know anybody who has violated this in the Israelite School of UPK, you should go to your camp leader. Because what? They are not allowing this brother or sister to shed themselves of the world. And what would not allow someone to shed themselves of the world? Does anyone know? What would not allow someone to shed themselves of the world? I'll give it to you for time's sake. Lust. Huh? Lust. Keep going, Dawada.
Khan Khan, sir. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world.
Mm-hmm.
If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it.
You see that? If they need, they ought to be saluted only. No hitting them on the inbox, doing all that. You're not supposed to be doing that, brothers and sisters. You need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. And what does this do? This is providing oversight, protection. This is not just protecting the brothers and sisters in the school. This is protecting the brothers and sisters that's coming into the school as well.
That's right.
Huh? Right here. This is transparent. This is us being fully transparent with you. Keep going, my brother. I'm sorry, Dawada, you wanted to say something?
No, sir. No.
Okay, go ahead, my brother.
All right. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission.
Hold on, must get what?
Must get permission. From the head to speak to a brother or sister.
Now, this right here is a part of the courtship process. You see that? What is this doing? This is providing what? An authoritative or an administrative oversight of this brother and sister.
Right.
Huh? Because now, after that 6 months, right? They have an interest in a particular person. They may be given permission. Or they may be said she need a little bit more time, brother. This brother or this sister, this brother need a little bit more time.
Right.
Why? Because that brother or that brother over you knows if you are ready to enter into a relationship. No different than a father know if his daughter is ready to be handed off in marriage.
That's right, sir.
No different than a father know if his son is responsible enough to marry a woman, to deal with a woman. No different. Huh? And I have to go into this because I think a lot of times, a lot of brothers and sisters miss this. So we have to go into this to make sure that you understand clearly what the rules are leading up to courtship and in courtship. Go ahead, my brother.
Count out one con, sir. He or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months.
Hold on, Dawada. So there's another 6 months. So what is that? That's what, a year?
That's a year in total, sir. Correct.
That's a year in total. Do y'all see how delicate this process is when it comes to and you know what that 6 months makes you what's the word I'm looking for? Wait. Huh? You know, patience can drive away a lot of foolishness when it comes to relationships.
That's right, sir.
You understand? Some people can't wait. You know, lust can't wait, but love can.
Count on one count, sir.
And we're going to go into that tonight. So we're going to deal with the process. We're going to see, you ain't going to have to guess how things are and how a marriage should be and how a courtship should be. You ain't going to have to guess. Huh? So there's a process. There's a year, another 6 months you have to wait. Go ahead.
If I could, sir.
Come on, Davida.
Now, I was just going to say, a lot of people, you know, that have broken homes or broken relationships or, you know, that fall apart is they always say, you know, like, you know, I wish I, you know, they say like women will say things like, I wish I could have chose my baby daddy or something like that. Or I wish I could have chose, you know, my baby mama ain't shit or something, you know what I mean? Some stuff like that. And that's because what they find out about that person usually comes with time, over time. Who they were when they met them is not who they are in you know, down the line. So allowing this time allows, you know, for time for things to be revealed about who this person is.
That's right, Dawada. What you're saying is so right, brother. And you know what, Dawada, a lot of people, and I have to say this tonight, and this is go for the brothers and the sisters out there. Because there is no respect of persons. We want to be balanced with this whole thing, because what? There are brothers and sisters that lack this knowledge. And we want to make sure you understand. And the Israelite School of UPK under Commander General Yohana is here to give you that. But what most people in the world consider good is only surface level.
That's right, sir.
Remember that. Don't let that go over your head. What most people in the world consider good, this is a good man or this is a good woman, is only surface level. Because you don't really know, you don't know this person. You think you know this person. You think you know this brother. You think you know this sister, but you don't. And quite frankly, a lot of you are too emotionally invested to make the decision if he's a good fit or not, or she's a good fit or not. But that's where it gets interesting. Because in order to have this process work, you need what you call faith. You need faith. You want this to work, you have to trust in the process. Trust in what the ISUPK has stated. If you violate this, you think the Lord is going to bless it? No. And even more, do you think the Lord is not seeing you violate it? Go ahead, priest. What did the sister say?
Sister Shawabah said, Khan, I always say people send their representative when they first start talking to someone. Time really shows what or who is good.
Yes. And you need time as a part of the process. You know, you have to go through some seasons, as they say, as the Commander General Yohana would say. You have to go through some winters. You can't just, we've been courting and it's springtime and now things. No, you got to go through some seasons together to really know this person. That's so true, sis.
Mm-hmm.
And you ever wonder why people are having this back and forth online about what a real man is, what a real woman is? You don't know what's real because you haven't given it time. You don't know what's good because you haven't given it time, and you have not rendered your decision to who you will marry to a more righteous and wise man. You have not rendered that, which is why you go from failed relationship to failed relationship to failed relationship. And there is no accountability because you you didn't regard time.
That's right, sir.
Let's keep going on, my brother. Was that it?
I was about to say this time part is so important, sir. It's like almost like the other half of the battle, you know. Like you said, not having the wisdom, you know, or the intelligence to decide who is good for you or not. That's why you have the head to choose for you. But that time portion is really half that battle. Like I said, it takes time for you to really know someone, and for things that could probably be hidden for a week or a month or for 3 months to be hidden and for it to come out, so you can be able to know fully what this person comes with. But also they have what's called that honeymoon phase, you know, like that butterfly phase. That's always inevitable. You know, it's going to be it's always good in the beginning, and you got to allow yourself time for those butterflies to subside and reality to sink in and responsibility, because that's what being in a relationship is really about. It's not about happiness and love and, you know, pleasure. It's about responsibility more importantly. So that time is just important, sir. I just, you know, wanted to stress it. I know we want to move on, but I know that part right there for everybody that's listening is a very, very key thing, to have that time to get to know somebody. That was it, sir.
No, brother, what you saying is so right. Time reveals so much about a person, because it's not going to always be good days.
Right.
It's going to be bad days.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And the courtship, what that does, this right here, this prepares you for that, brothers and sisters. It's not done out of malice. Okay? These rules that the Israelite school of UPK, these holy rules that we have in this school, it's not done out of malice. It's not done to keep you from a brother or sister if you're worthy. No. It is for to protect not only you from yourself, but it's also to protect you from something that could be a potential danger in the future. That's right. So I want to go more into this. So Dawada, let me know when we concluded on this part of the security announcements, and then we'll go to the back to the slide.
Kind of so I'm gonna finish it up now. The last part is there is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry.
You see that? You get permission from the head, and who's the head? Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
You understand? His word passed down through the generals okays that marriage. Huh? You get and notice the word permission, Dawada.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? The world don't want permission. They want pleasure. You understand? But permission is involved in the courtship process. We have to define this tonight. We have to go into this tonight, because I want it to be crystal clear, like we always make it crystal clear, on what has to be done in order to have a successful marriage, a successful courtship. Permission. You understand? If you're not getting permission, then you're inviting failure into your courtship and marriage.
Sir.
And guess what? When you don't get permission, you don't get the blame. You don't blame this school. You're going out of your own mind. You understand? You can't get mad at Commander General Yohana if you break this rule. You can't get mad at the Israelite School of UPK if you break this rule, because the rules that we have, we already let you know what they were for.
That's right, sir.
You understand? Now, I'm going to go back to the slide if I can. Let me see if I can get it. Get it to the stage. Bear with me. Okay. All right. So now, everybody understand what courtship is. Everybody understand that period of time, that how we describe that. Okay. A more personal level. Okay. Now, let's go into this, Dawada. Courtship is in nature itself. How many of you know You ever looked at the Animal Channel, right? You ever looked at the Animal Channel or the Discovery Channel? You will understand that everything in nature, whether it be beasts or fowl, in some case even insects, have a what? A courtship process. Huh? Birds and many other species go through this process in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Now, some bullet points. We're talking about, this is birds right here. Males often sing to attract females during mating season. That's one way.
See what?
Go ahead, Dawada. I can't hear you. I'm sorry, you on mute, Dawada. I'm sorry, my brother.
So, like, can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Courtship is in nature itself. Birds and many other species go through this process in some way, shape, or form. Males often sing to attract females during mating season. Songs can indicate the singer's health and genetic fitness.
Now listen to this. Now listen, this just show you how his majesty is so wise and great. The song that the birds sing together or sing to each other, what does it signify, Dawada?
Indicates the singer's health and genetic fitness.
It's giving you their my chart.
That's right.
From a song.
Got on con, sir.
It's giving you the soldier, Dawada. Now, come on, now tell me I'm wrong, Dawada. Now, the birds, when they sing to eat, when the male bird sing to the female bird, the male bird, in essence, based on the high note and the low note, if he a soprano or alto, is letting her know the my chart.
Right.
Huh? It's giving the health. You see how the Lord set these things up, brothers and sisters? Go ahead, my brother. Let's get some more.
Got on con, sir. Different species have unique songs that serve as identification. Complex melodies may demonstrate a male's skill and territory. Singing can deter rival males and establish dominance. Females may choose mates based on song quality and variety.
Now you see that? So going back to the beginning of the courtship, what is it to do? To win, to gain, to achieve what? To have marriage, which allows us to reproduce.
That's right.
Have offspring. Now these are the birds, my brothers and sisters. If the Lord give the birds a process in order to have before they get married, why do you think that you don't have to follow a process? What makes you think that you don't have to follow a process? Huh? We're talking about what God put in place, God's plan here. And read that part on there, my brother, about courtship.
Kind of one con, sir. Courtship is a rite of passage in order to enter into a marriage with honor.
You see that? And I love that part right there, with honor. Huh? It's so many relationships and things where they have question and honor because they didn't get it approved by the right, they didn't get it approved by the right establishment.
That's right.
And when I say establishment, I mean the Israelite school of UPK.
Come.
You ever want to know what's going on in these fake Israelite groups and these churches and things like that? Because they didn't get approved by a wise person, a person who understands the Bible, which is why when trouble comes in the relationship, in the marriage, what do? They abandon, they jump ship. Courtship is a rite of passage if you want to have a marriage with honor.
If I could.
Go ahead, my brother.
A lot of times people never understand that there are benefits to marriage. They never get the benefits of having a husband or the benefits of having a wife. And that's that honor that you're talking about right now, that rite of passage. And, you know, they, like you said, the marriages end terribly because they don't have those benefits. So it's like, so that's all it is. That's what I want to say.
No, what you're saying is so right, brother. What you're saying is so right. This is all this is just is setting order in play. Continue to set the order in play that the world, our people, so much needs outside of this body. So much of our people need this. But of course, you got to understand, a lot of us come from broken homes.
That's right,
No
sir.
fathers in the house, barely a mother. So this is what the Israelite School of UPK provides. It provides you a structure on how to choose a husband or wife.
Mm-hmm.
And if you trust the process, if you stick to what Commanding General Yohana has instituted in the Israelite School of UPK, upheld in the UPK since 1969, you will have less problems and a successful marriage if you adhere to the instructions. But here's the thing. So many times we want to cheat the process.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So many times we want to cheat. We think we're cheating the process, but in actuality, you're cheating yourself.
That's right, sir. And if I could,
go ahead, brother.
It reminds me of the scripture where it's talking about like there's only one way, and that's through Christ. And any other way, you'll be considered a robber and a thief.
Oh yeah, brother. Let me tell you something. People always say, "I want to find true love."
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to find true love? Do you really want to have that you say you seek? Well, if you do, it's gonna be a strenuous process.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know why? What you asking for, everybody don't have. Only a very few have what you're asking for. So you're gonna have to do what only a few are willing to do. You see? That's why going back to the scriptures, that's why I say you have to endure until the end.
That's right.
Not until you get tired. Not until you think you found something better. You know, and that's a whole nother thing too. Just a sidebar. I know a lot of people, you know, some people will lose faith just to find happiness, quote unquote happiness. But that's a whole nother topic.
Sir. I also have that scripture as well if you need it, sir.
Which one?
The Job.
Oh, yes. Let's pull that scripture right there, my brother.
Okay.
This is important. Very important.
It's the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee.
You understand? Look at how life on this earth is maintained. We're just talking about nature. Talking about nature. And quote unquote, the beasts don't have quote unquote free will.
Right.
They do what nature requires them to do. And they exist and they thrive. The Lord used nature so many times to teach us about life. And you know what? That whole thing about that free will, Dawada. My patience is running thin.
Count, sir.
With this. Because since we just talking courtship, a lot of people I can love who I want to love.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me who to love. I get the trust. I know what love is. I know what life is. Give me that scripture where it say I set before you life and death.
Count, sir.
I'm gonna clear it up right here. UPK, we're gonna clear it up right tonight. Because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and people trying to act like they know what's best for them. And you come to the UPK, yours truly, and we give you what God said. And you have a counter. Imagine that. Well, we're going to read this and I'm going to get back on the courtship. I said before you life and death, choose life.
Tell them what kind, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. That I have set.
And the heaven and earth are the two witnesses. Oh, I forgot to mention, a marriage has to have a permission because there has to be a witness. It has to be a witness that you are certified to marry this brother or sister. Have to be secret. Why is it secret? What are you trying to hide?
That's right, sir.
If you love this person, what are you hiding for? What are you trying to conceal? Go ahead, Davida.
Okay, sir. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Now, God is like, once again, he set before you life and death, a blessing and a cursing. Go ahead.
Therefore, choose life.
Therefore, what?
Choose life.
Now, God is giving you the cheat code.
That's right.
Because you don't know. He know you don't know. Since you got all this free will, you got all this, you can make up your own mind.
Right.
He's telling you, pick this one right here. I'm laying this out before you, but let me help you out. I know you think you know. Look, pick this. Let me help you out. But you think God is trying to trick you. Is that what you think? Let me tell you what it is. When you hear people, when we bring out the God's word, and you hear people say, well, you know, I have my own free will. I know this, I know that, and I don't have to listen to you. You know what they're saying? Let me choose death. That's what that means. I should have the freedom to choose death. And guess what? The Lord ain't gonna make you choose life, since we're talking about free. But when you choose death, you can't blame nobody else but yourself, because God told you what to choose. Some of these sisters they'll choose their way out of paradise, just like Eve. Drop that, Dawada. Let's go back to this.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go on to the next slide. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go down. Okay. All right. Here we go. Another part of courtship that is going to help your courtship process. All right. For all you brothers and sisters out there, communication. Communication is key. Communication is a bridge. You are in a courtship, active or looking to get into courtship. Communication is one of the things that you should have. I'm sorry, Dawada, do we have a sister that said something?
Yeah, she was just making a comment. This is Sister Yapa. She was just saying that we don't even know what the benefits are sometimes for marriage because of our worldly relationships.
Exactly. And you know why? That's a good point, sis. You know why? Because our worldly relationships, think about it. You're so damaged by all these, I'm not going to, it's not courtship, by all this dating. We're so damaged and so much trauma that you don't even want to even enter into a committed relationship because you saw what you had without commitment. Or let me go back. You saw what you had when you had your own free will.
Right.
I think I'm going to use that, Dawada.
We should have hit the thunder behind that one.
Come on, where's the thunder? Let me see if I can find the thunder, my brother. I got to find the thunder somewhere around here because, you know, I think I got to find the thunder, Dawada.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you really look at this thing right here, man, where we are as a people, we don't understand what love is. We don't understand what marriage is. You understand?
Sir. It's right there in the media assets on the side.
Okay, let me see. Let me. There we go. You understand? So I think a lot of people don't understand what we coming at with this thing, man. But that's so right. We're just so damaged by the time we get to that point. What do you have? You don't want to go. I want to be with somebody for 20 years. Mm-hmm. No, I was with him for 5 years. But don't forget, you picked him or you picked her. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, they picked each other. Better yet.
Thank you, brother. They picked each other. There was no oversight. There was not a father involved to say, let me see. I know you like, he got the, he got the Nikes and the Jordans, and he got the earring and things like that. I know he got the jewelry. A father sees past all that.
That's right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A young girl, they see that and they be like, woo, look, he's handsome. And a father like, yeah, I hear you. A father trying to see if he's a man or not. If he's gonna come to me for my daughter with honor. Same thing with you, with you sisters. A brother be like, man, woo, she got a body such and such, brother. That's surface level, brother. I know it look good, but some things are good problems. That's a pretty problem.
That's right.
You need to see beyond that. Understand her characteristics. And that's being revealed through what? Communication. In a courtship, you have to communicate if you want a successful and if you want to know who this person is. All right? Let's get some more, Dawada.
Count on Khan, sir. So communication, the level of communication and interaction are important because they, in most cases, foreshadow the future of that relationship.
Y'all understand that? What does that mean? Does that mean you got to talk every day? No. Does that mean that you got to, text every 5 minutes? No. But what it means is that you have to, if there's a lack of communication in the courtship, what do you think going to happen when y'all get married?
Right.
What do you think is going to happen? You think that things, and this is why this process is important for you to work out. This is where you work out a lot of the things where you have, I'll let Dawada read. Go ahead and read Dawada. Salak.
Count on Khan, sir. This is where you have the opportunity to eliminate the mixed signals.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's through what? Verbal communication.
That's right, sir.
You have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that. You have to be able to talk to each other, because guess what? There's going to come a time you're not going to want to talk to each other.
That's right.
And you're going to have to talk to each other. You're going to have to talk to what? Understand each other. Clarity. That's important. Okay? Keep going, my brother.
This is where you have the important conversations.
And there we go. Important conversation. And what are those conversations? What's important to you? Now you can use your personal preference. What's important to you, brother? What's important to you, sister? Okay, you have to share that with each other to make sure you and both of you are compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I got a precept for that too as well.
Come on, Dawada. Let's get it.
All right, come on, sir. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before the Most High and men: the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, and a man and a wife that agree together.
Come on, man. That's a beautiful scripture.
So I remember the gentleman wrote it down, talking about like you said, having that communication and agreeing on those bigger things, those big things that are like you said, those deal breaker things.
Yeah.
So that's important.
And you need that. And notice this. Notice it said agree.
Mhm.
They just not together. They had to agree, meaning there was something that happened between God and man, brethren, the love of neighbors, and the man and the wife. There's something happened. And what happened? What sealed that bond? That we agree.
That's right, sir.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that you're not going to disagree? No. You're going to have disagreements. What is that talking about? I'll never forget General Muhammad said something, and it sticks with me to this day. We may not always agree, but we have the same belief.
That's right.
And that's the common core that keeps a marriage, a brethren together. You know what I'm saying? The unity between God and man. What? To agree. And can I help you out? Can I give you a little seasoning? I think I'm old enough to. I think I done reached that point where I can say this now.
Go ahead, sir.
Sometimes you're gonna have to yield
Mm-hmm.
for your brother and sister. Sometimes you're gonna have to yield. You're gonna have to be willing to lose an argument in order to make sure that there's peace. And this goes for brothers and sisters. I'm just giving you a little seasoning now. Now, everybody, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a bit much, but you're going to have to be willing. Are you willing to lose an argument for each other? For the love of each other? Are you willing to lose an argument with your brother? For the sake of brotherhood? Are you willing to not have your will, but thy will be done when it comes to the Lord? Those are the important conversations. Those are the uncomfortable conversations that you have to have. Because in your mind or our minds, we all want something. We all trying to gain and achieve something in a relationship. But we should also be willing to give something. Hence, Amos 3:3. Go ahead, my brother.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Say it again.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
This is a beautiful scripture. Agreed. How can they walk if they haven't agreed with each other?
That's right, sir.
Agree has to do with what? Communication.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? And so many times in relationships, you don't have people who agree. And that puts a strain on the relationship. And let's add children to the equation now. That puts a strain on the children now. Because they know that mom and dad are at odds.
That's right.
We can't have peace because we don't agree. And now, because we don't agree, we have arguments. This is why we are saying in the courtship, have the uncomfortable conversations now.
That's right, sir.
Forget about sex. That'll come. Can you live with this person? Can you cohabitate with this person? Someone they wanted to say Dawadah?
Sister Mariah was just saying if you can agree on the big things, then you can agree on the smaller things.
That's right, sis. That's an excellent point, sis. You got to learn how to agree. And how do you learn how to agree? By understanding, having a communicative bridge. You have to talk. If you're not talking, let me tell you somehow how Satan destroys relationships. You go without talking for a long time, Satan becomes the mediator. Now he's going to tell you what the other person is. All of a sudden you're going to be a mind reader. And Satan, he go like, know what she's thinking, right? You know what he's thinking, right? He don't like you. He don't do. She don't like that. She don't do that. Such and such. And before you know it, these things, not having that communication, build the wall between both.
That's right, sir.
You're not walking with each other. You're walking You're running away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
You're kicking the can up the road, and you wonder why you're blowing commanding General Yohana's phone up and General Muhammad's phone up all night. So you got to forgive the Israelite School of UPK when you say you're ready for marriage. Because quite frankly, a lot of you are not. You need more time. You're not ready. And this is why we have to have these classes. You understand? Let's give some more, my brother.
Count on Khan, sir. I also have, you want to go to Hebrews 13 or you want to go back to the slide?
Let's go to Hebrews. Let's go to Hebrews 13.
Count on Khan, sir. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased.
Man, you see that, man? But to do good. Not to do what you feel, but good. Mm-hmm. And what is good? What thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
And to communicate, forget not. Be mindful of those conversations. Sometimes in courtships and relationships, you care so much about the gifts and what you're getting. You know, you're always saying this a red flag here and a red flag there. Let me tell you something. A lot of you women, you missed the red flag because of a red ribbon.
That night.
That red ribbon that you get, it causes you to miss the red flag. You don't care about that. Oh, that's how he expresses his love. Through gifts? No. You want to know what somebody really is, you have to have the communication. And we in the time of social media, and communication is at an all-time low. Imagine that. Imagine we have so many ways to communicate to each other, but we're failing at it.
Right.
You know why? Because we haven't chose to do good, what thus saith the Lord.
You got
communicate and forget not. Go ahead, Dawada.
I say you got a question whenever you're ready, sir.
Go ahead, priest.
Sister Kanawa said, is it safe to say that sisters have to learn how to be agreeable with their husbands? Because in the world, men are forced to be agreeable with women.
Yes. Both of you have to agree. Remember, this is not, because of the world, it's the battle of the sexes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the general brought it out last night where it talks about male and female. You know what I'm saying? We all in the body of Christ. Like, meaning that there had, of course, definitely in the world, because what? A lot of times, and let me just, quite frankly, a lot of times in the world, men agree with women so they can sleep with them.
Right.
I just got to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Most men agree with women just so they can have sex with them and then throw them away. Here, we're talking about the full transparency of communication.
That's right.
Honest communication, right? We have to be truthful. There can't be any guile in this if the Lord is going to bless it. You understand? So what you're saying is so right. A woman has to learn how to be agreeable with her husband. You understand? Why? Because the husband is what? He's the head, right? He's the head of the household. So that woman has to listen because what? He has to put his life in danger for that woman.
That's right.
But before you get to the husband and wife, we in the courtship. Can we agree? And not only that, to understand what you don't agree on.
Yep.
Because there's going to be some things in the courtship you may say, I don't agree with that. Or he may say, I don't agree with that. Now, where do we go? Is that something that you can live with in a marriage and may not fully agree with it? Or is it something that you say, this is a deal breaker? I can't go. We're going to have to end this. Now, that right there is where you decide. But you have to be honest with yourself.
That's right.
Read that other. Go ahead, Davida.
Kind of on concert. Oh, you want me? Okay. For with such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased. I
See
feel
that?
like
The Lord said He's pleased with, and notice this: He calls communication a sacrifice.
mm-hmm.
And does anyone know why the Lord called communication a sacrifice? Now, if you ever listen, now I know you all know this. If y'all sisters out there, brothers out there, come on, man. Why did He call communication a sacrifice? Huh? Someone had it was something they wanted to say, Davida.
La, she was just thanking you, sir, for this class.
Oh, the water. Glory be to the Most High in Christ. The water to Commanding General Yohana, the head of the Israelite School of UPK, for allowing me to facilitate this class for the edification of our brothers and sisters, man.
And then Sister Yapa said the answer is because you have to communicate even when you don't want to.
There you go. And that is what makes it a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice when you want to do it. Sacrifice. Come on, man. Listen. See, the thing about with this society is we then got so used to believing that what we decide and what we want is a sacrifice. Am I right, Davida?
Count on what counts, sir.
You know, last time I checked, Cain tried that. It didn't work out too well for him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to choose what's a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
God chooses.
Esau.
Say what, Davida?
So did Esau.
Thank you. So did Esau. Give the Lord what He requires. And in order for you, He just told you what He loved. Davida just pulled the scripture. He just pulled a scripture about what He loves. Well, that requires sacrifice. In order to agree, the communication is the prerequisite to agree.
That's right, sir.
You have to voice your disagreement to say, okay, how can we work this thing out? You understand? And that's very, very important for women. Like the sister brought out, it's a lot of sisters coming out the world, man. A sacrifice and having a sacrificial communication export to your husband or to a man. I mean, that's foreign for a lot of women. You understand? But in this place, in the Israelite School of UPK, where we keep it holy, this is where you're going to understand the meaning of this. Okay? Let's go some more, Davida. We offer that?
Yes, sir. We offer that, sir.
Okay, let's go back to the slide. Okay. All right. So we did Hebrews. Okay. All right. Now, here we go. Let's go, Davida. See, can you read that?
Count on what counts, sir. It says, lust can't wait. Love can. Be mindful that you are establishing a relationship without sex.
You understand? This is the courtship process.
That's right.
All right. If you catch somebody trying to rush you into something, that's a red flag. I'm just being honest with you.
Count on what counts, sir.
Especially without what? Permission? Without the oversight of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge? That's a problem.
If I could, sir.
Go ahead, Davida.
Another way to look at it is like, going into a store and somebody forcing you to buy something, spend your money on make a big purchase. You don't even know, what the details of what you're buying. You don't even know. So it's like it's already kind of like a red flag. Like, they in a hurry to get my money, but they're not telling me what the benefits are. They're not telling me what the product is or what I'm getting.
Exactly.
And most people can understand that, and sex is the same way.
There you go, brother. Because you're sitting, you don't even get to read the ingredients on the thing. You don't know, okay, what am I buying? Let me read. No, you're being rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's the rush? You ain't from Russia, so why you rushing? The hell is going on? What the problem is?
Mm-hmm.
You just have to do. You have to do it.
Right.
Huh? Well, that let me know that you're not led by the spirit. You're led by your flesh, brother.
That's right. That's right.
And the same way you rush to get into that, I got news for you. You're going to rush to get out of it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When you read that part about being mindful.
John Wakan, sir, be mindful that you are establishing a relationship without sex.
You have to know that if you are going to enter into a courtship in the Israelite school of UPK, this courtship does not involve sex, brother, sister. You are trying to establish a relationship. And you know what stops you from establishing a relationship? All you thinking about is sex.
Right.
All your mind is on is sex. Why don't you get to know this person? Why don't you do the honorable thing? And you think women and brothers don't know that? That all you thinking about is sex? And then when the problem comes, you want to throw it on the school? I'll be damned. Not on my watch. Read it again.
Kind of Wakan. Be mindful that you are establishing a relationship without sex.
When you're courting, you're trying to establish a relationship on a more personal level, like I said earlier, without sex. Okay? You're trying to get to know this person, the core of who they are. Because this person you're going to be with for the rest of your life if it's successful.
That's right. That's right.
Keep going.
Can you enjoy each other's presence without sex?
And that's another one that would die.
Mm-hmm.
Can you enjoy each other? Because some people, they, you know what? If we have sex, no, I can't be right. Well, bye.
Right. Right.
And I feel for a sister in the world that's their life. For a sister in the world, if that's their life, it's sad. Because all they are is a sex object.
That's right.
And that father, he knows that man that really don't love. And I'm going to tell you something. When you are a man and you have a daughter, it changes your perspective on how you look at women. It changes it. You got a little understanding. It changes it. You understand? Because guess what? Do you want a man to do your daughter like that?
Right.
I know I wouldn't. You understand? So these things, the Lord puts a mirror in our face to show us some things, to make sure that we are operating in the right spirit, in the Holy Spirit. You understand? That we do right by each other, that we don't defraud each other in here. And that's what this class is to make. Go ahead, Dabada.
I got a little psychology behind the sex-based bonding.
Come on.
So this is bonding through sex. Hold on one second. So here it says a sex-based trauma bond creates an intense, often addictive, emotional attachment where sexual intimacy is used to feel connected, but the relationship lacks genuine intimacy or comfort outside of sex. This dynamic, common in toxic or narcissistic relationships, often results in a cycle of abuse where sex is used for control or to avoid conflict.
You see that? Come on, man. Used for control or to avoid conflict. That's heavy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once again, the therapists see this, man. These psychologists know, once again, the UPK is always right. Why? Because we know what has to happen. That's why we made the rules, the 6 month to a year rule. To what? To make sure you don't fall into that. Because what? The attachment you're going to have from sex is serious.
That's right, sir.
There you go. False intimacy. You understand? All these things. I mean, it's so much you can go into.
Right.
But once again, you don't really have to go all the way into that if you just listen to Commanding General Yohana of the Israelite School of UPK.
That's right, sir. And I got
go ahead, Davida.
So for that, what you just said, I've been holding on to it.
Let's get it.
is Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. It says, it's like not Galatians. Hold on one second. Hebrews 13 and 17. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief.
And hold on, Dawid, that last part, and not with grief, boy. Boy, I tell you, boy, where that thunder at? Let me see if I can find that. I got to say so. This right here, not with grief.
Kind of what
you understand? Like that is what grief is what you're giving up. Okay? If you doing something you should not be doing, and then we got to give an account for it, how do you match? That's a grievous thing.
That's right, sir.
And when I get grieved, I feel some kind of way, Dawid. I feel a certain kind of way. As a captain, as a man of rank in this school, I know other brothers do, even yourself. You know what I'm saying? We got to give account for brothers that's under us. We like, hold on, man. What are you doing, brother? What are you doing, sister? Do you know the school rules?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know that that's not permitted in the courtship? Oh, you knew. You just didn't care. Okay, well, I'm going to help you feel some of this grief that I'm feeling right now. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure I transfer that to you so you can understand how it feels when I'm grieved. Read on, Dawid.
Count on con, sir. As they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
Do you know, can you imagine us giving Commander General Yohana a call, or General Mahan, or the generals a call and saying, Salaka, sir, this brother already married this sister without approval? Or calling the general, Salaka, sir, this sister, we told her to wait. She already married this brother without approval. You see? And the scriptures say that it is unprofitable for who, Dawid?
For you.
We're trying to look after your own self-interest. Mm-hmm. Because like Dawid just poured out, a lot of you have sexual trauma.
That's right.
And your body is calling for that, and it doesn't need, you got to starve the flesh in order to feed the spirit. Some of you don't need to fast from food. You know where I'm going. Some of you need to fast from sexual activity so you can share yourself of the world. Go ahead, Dawid.
This is Galatians 5 and 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
There you go, man. And let me tell you something. How do you walk in the spirit? By following the Israelite, what Dawid pulled up earlier, our school rules. That's the spirit. And how do you know it's the spirit? Because you're denying the flesh. 6 months. Don't try to talk to that sister. Give her time to change her life. Don't talk to that brother. Give him time to change his life.
Not allow them to battle that lust that they've had all their lives that ruled over them all their lives.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. They can't, you don't want the lust to rule over them, so you got to help them. Your job is to help that brother or sister. You understand? That's your job, is not to be lust-filled. If you lust-filled, trust me, it's not hard to not see. Mm-hmm. You understand? Read that scripture one more time. That was a good scripture, Dawid.
Okay, sir. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the
You
flesh.
see that? You walk, and guess what? That mean that you can't have sex? No. That means you can have sex at the appointed time. That's spiritual. Walk in the spirit. Can two walk together unless they what? Agree. But if one trying to walk in the flesh and the other one trying to walk in the spirit, can they walk together? Hell no.
Sir.
It can't happen. All right. Let's see where we at.
Got another sentence there, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and read that one.
Please.
Remember, sex is the beginning of marriage, not the end.
I'm glad that's there, man. Boy, oh boy, a lot of people need to know that. A lot of people need to know that. You got to know that sex is not the end of marriage. It's the beginning. A woman has to be cultivated. Okay? A man has to be provided help from a helpmate. It's more to marriage than just sex. Okay? That's what you got to know. Give me Tobit chapter, give me that scripture, my brother.
Sir. It's the book of Tobit, chapter 8, verse 7. And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly.
Say it again.
And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly.
You see that? That's what Tobit said, man. And Tobit, what did he do? Oh my goodness. I want to see if somebody following along. I want to see if somebody following along with this. Tobit trusted the what? Because look, if y'all know this story, you're going to understand what it means that there is. I don't want to give it to you. What did Tobit do? Did he just say, you know what, I'm going to go hop in the bed? You know what I'm saying? And I'm a sex machine, and I'm going to make everything right tonight. Huh?
Sister Yapa said he took orders from the angel and his father.
Come on, man. Give that sister a hand, man. I mean, that, you know what, you know what? I gotta keep the thunder on tap. Okay? I gotta keep the thunder on tap. That's what I'm talking about. He took orders. That's right. The process was given to him by his father and the angel. Huh? That counsel. And when he was getting ready to seal the deal, he prayed to the Most High. And this is his prayer. Now, I didn't write this, Dawada.
Right.
Did the UPK write this? He said to the Most High, I don't take her for lust, but uprightly. You know, I gotta just say it. A lot of people take things for lust, and the demon never leaves. The demon left this sister. Some people, they done married the demon. And you wonder where the woman went. Because you didn't trust the process. You thought you can cheat the process. You thought you can find a way around the Israelite school of UPK. Well, you're going to find out that was the wrong decision.
That's right, sir.
Read it again, my brother.
And if I could, sir.
Come on.
Is this another heavy part about this that, you know, that we have to understand is where it says, I take not my sister.
Come on, brother.
We family before we become family, you know? So how we handle ourselves, even outside of marriage, should be to a higher standard. You know what I mean? Like, that's your sister. That's your brother. You know, you don't want to take advantage manipulate your sister, for yourself, for your desires. You got to be able to be mindful and be able to watch over her soul or his soul, just care for one another before marriage.
Thank you, brother. That's a heavy point, Dawah. That's a heavy point. Because he said, it's right what he said. He understands this is my sister.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She's a daughter of the Zion. She's a daughter of our nation.
That's right.
I can't just take her for my lust.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to make sure I do right by her.
That's right.
Same thing with you sisters. I got to do right by this brother.
Mm-hmm.
I want this brother to be with me. I want this brother to take my hand in marriage. I got to do right by him. See, God is setting the record straight all the time with this marriage thing, with this courtship thing. I don't even want to talk about dating because that's why people say, and they understand this, courtship is intentional.
That's right.
Dating is not.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we provided. That's why we have to name things and we have to understand what they are, the terms of the agreement, the terms and conditions. I want you to read the fine print when it comes to marriage, when it comes to us cohabitating. It's very serious. And when we start to take it serious, we will have and gain power. You keep listening to the world, you're going to get what the world gets. Read on, my brother.
Kind of one con, sir. Therefore, mercifully ordained that we may become aged together.
Come on, and that's how you come on, Doc. Read that last part again. They may do what, Dawah?
That we may become aged together.
This wasn't a one-night stand. He asked the Lord for mercy that we grow old together, that we never leave each other. I want to ask you, brothers and sisters, tonight, those who getting ready or who may be thinking about courting, are you willing to do that with your sister or your brother? And I want to be quite frankly with you. If you're not, then you shouldn't even ask the school. I want to save you the time. We have so many issues to deal with in this nation. We can't spend all the time on marriage. We should understand. We should understand the birds and the bees by now.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for us to grow now. We just brought the scripture out about courtship,
Mm-hmm.
which is the prerequisite, which is the rite of passage in order to get and attain a marriage. The reason why these marriages and things don't work because they change the definition. You know why they change the definition? Because they don't fit the criteria. We're not going to change it in here. You're going to stand on it. This is what was given to us, and this is what we're going to give to you. You understand? Let's get some more, Dawah. Let's see. Well, let me go to another slide. Getting close up on the time. Let's see where we at. Okay. All right, let's get this one here.
Con, sir. Some tips to help the process. Courtship is also personal vetting process, meaning you are vetting them according to your personal preferences to see if this person is a suitable mate.
You understand? Courtship is a vetting process. All right. So you're vetting them. That's why I put earlier, added in parentheses that you're getting to know this person personally in a more personal level. According to your personal preferences, that's whatever that you may be looking for in a husband or wife. Okay. Now that is your job. All right. That is your job in the process. Okay, you have to look at this process and see where you are. Okay, where you are with this brother or sister. Okay. All right. Let's read on Dawada.
Time on sir. Vetting on compatibility, values, beliefs, and long-term goals.
That's important right there. Now, the belief part you don't have to worry about. You shouldn't, because why? That's what you have the Israelite School of UPK for. We all in here. We all have the same belief: one body, one faith, one God, one baptism. All right. So that right there, you don't have to worry about that right there. That part. Now, your values, compatibility, and long-term goals, those right there are things that you have your personal preferences on. Okay. You're going to have to look and see, is this brother or sister compatible with me? Right. Okay. And even on some level with that, and even a partial part of that is already taken care of. Why? Because what your camp leader has already said, this brother here is a good reputation. This sister here is a good reputation. Their values, I think they will be a good match. All right. But both of you personally would have to see if that's true with both of you. All right, on a personal level.
Okay. Sir. You got 2 questions as well, sir.
Okay, let's get it.
All right, so the first question is, if I may, from Sister Maya Kyle, what's not allowed during the courtship stage? Example being kissing, gifts, trips, etc.
I'm glad you asked, sis. I was going to get to that before we wrap it up. That's perfect. Perfect question. Read it one more time.
If I may, what's not allowed during the courtship stage? Examples could be kissing, gifts, trips, etc.
Okay. All right. So this how it works. Once you are permitted to court a brother or sister, once they are permitted by their camp leaders with the oversight of the generals under command General Yohana, then you are allowed. This is what permitted. What is permitted is you're allowed to go on dates alone with each other, because we trust you to uphold the standard and the rules that we have. You are allowed to hold hands. You are allowed to hug, but you can't do any sexual hugging. Okay. You are allowed, or you're not allowed to do any touching in a private area, anything like that. Anything sexual, you cannot do. That's not permitted, because that right there is like striking up a fire. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to strike up a fire and then you consume. All right. So you're not allowed to do that. You are allowed to talk to each other on social media in a inbox, as they say, call them on the phone, text, even FaceTime. But now what you cannot do is you cannot expose yourself on video. It's FaceTime. That right there is not permitted. Okay. Now when it comes to gifts, a brother or sister can exchange gifts. But now I want to say this. I want to say, to make sure I'm clear on this. If you decide to exchange the gift during a courtship and the courtship does not work out, then those gifts cannot be refunded. And the school would be responsible. Meaning this, if you buy that brother a brand new Cadillac, you got the new 2026 out yet? I think it's out.
I believe so.
The new Cadillac 2026 with the Vogue tires on it and all that, leather seats. And then he said, you know what? It ain't gonna work out. That brother gonna get to ride in that car. He gonna get to keep that Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna have to watch him in that Cadillac with a wife that he married. It's up to you now. And same thing with you brothers. You buy that sister a diamond ring, or you buy her, a Chanel bag worth $10,000 or something. Hey, if she say, hey, brother, it didn't work out, she get to keep that bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She end up courting her brother in marriage. You're going to see her with that bag at the Passover.
Count on God, sir.
All right. So now, with that being said, you got to give it in good faith. You want to give a gift, that's fine. You understand? So those are the things those are the things that that you can do. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, you already know no sex. No sex during the courtship. Once again, you're able to go out, you're able to hold hands, you're able to hug, no kissing, none of that. You're able to exchange gifts, you're able to talk to each other in private. Okay, you're not able to share any sexual images or nothing like that. That right there. And what does that do? That protects each other. That protects the man and the woman. All right.
If I could, sir.
Go ahead, Dawada.
It also protects other brothers and sisters too, because one way it was told to me is don't do nothing with each other during that courtship that you wouldn't want to do, and then pass. It doesn't work out, and then now somebody else is courting this sister or courting this brother, and you done felt her up. You know what I mean? You done felt her up, seeing her private parts and everything. Now you got to see her with your brother because y'all courtship didn't work out. Now you know what her breasts look like. You done had your lips on her, and now your brother got to go court her, or vice versa. So anything you wouldn't want to, if it doesn't work out, to now pass to your brother or a sister, whatever the case may be, that those things you would obviously know are not permitted in a courtship.
There you go. Good point, Dawada. That's another factor with the courtships. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you keep your integrity intact and the sister's integrity intact, or vice versa. Okay? That's what you have to do. Okay? All right.
We got a couple more questions, sir.
Go ahead.
All right. So the next question is Yakal, Ya'ala. He says, Salakia, if I may. So what if a brother or a sister married someone outside the school and they don't believe as the same as they do?
Then you in the jam.
Jam.
You in the jam because once again, that's why I said that I made that point that the courtship is an oversight.
Right.
It's like me trying to judge a courtship, and I ain't gonna say dating. It's like somebody dating, and they decided the terms. What do you want us to do? Nothing we can do because they don't believe what we believe.
Right.
They're going to eat pork. They're going to celebrate Christmas in the house. They're going to do all those things. So now you have made a decision. Now, I'm not saying it can't work. You understand? But you damn sure better not marry no heathen. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to do. But let me stop. Let me. All I'm saying is to follow what Commander General Yohana is saying. Be patient. Okay? Find somebody. Once again, we just went over on the slide about the beliefs, about the values. You got to know what the value is. If their value is sticking their head up a cow's behind, you know what I'm saying? And what do you want me to do? You gonna kiss that. If he sticks it, if he's a Hamite, he sticks his. Let me. You know what?
They get the point.
Yeah, I hope you get the point. I hope I'm trying to be, but just understand that what the Lord is saying is true. Okay, the Lord is saying is all the way true. All right, like don't cheat. Once again, you're not cheating the Lord. You cheating yourself. The scripture just read where he's saying the men of the Lord is saying that this is going to be unprofitable for you.
Right.
So these things that we telling you, this not like we trying to oppress you. No. We're trying to make sure that you have a successful courtship and Lord allow a successful marriage that's fruitful. And what does that do? That adds to the nation. That don't hurt us because now this brother and this sister agree, which is what the Lord wants. And now they have children. And now those children grow up in a healthy environment. They grow up with honor. They know what a woman is and what a man is supposed to be. And now what happens? Now we breaking those quote unquote generational curses. But you can't break that if you don't follow the process. You can't break that if you say, I want my free will. I know what love is. I decide the terms of love. No, you do not.
That's right.
In the Bible, the Father decided the terms of love.
That's right.
He didn't care. He knew y'all love. He knew that boy loved his daughter and so forth. But guess what? I decide the terms because that's my daughter.
Mhm.
I decide the terms. You understand? Men decide the terms of the courtship. Righteous men. And in this body, that's what we're going to stay on. You don't get to choose. Now, if you choose on your own accord, then guess what? You're going to deal with the consequences. But you can never say we didn't say choose life. You can never say that. All right? Go ahead, Dawada.
Count on Khan, sir. So the sister Maya Kyle also said, if I may, if the courtship doesn't work, all of the personal information the two has learned concerning one another, is there a rule that they keep that information to themselves? And what if someone breaks and shares that learned information? What's the condition of that?
The condition of that, they will be held accountable. Anything you learn, and that's why you shouldn't share certain. Okay, meaning this, when you say personal information, I'm hoping you're not talking about like bank accounts and nothing like that, none of that type of stuff, or because it's only certain information. I want to make it clear. It's only certain information that when you get to that point, when you get ready to get married, you get ready things to get approved by the school. It's only certain information that comes out then. Okay, meaning this, you're learning each other. It's getting serious. You're thinking, okay, y'all on the same page. Y'all been courting. Okay, that brother goes to the general and asks you for your hand in marriage. Then, when if the general says, okay, we're gonna approve this, there's a few more steps that we have to make sure both of you are safe, and that's personal information. That information does not come out before you get to that point. You get what I'm saying? Certain things that are private, or you got to be discreet on. You know what I'm saying? As a woman and a man. All right. So nobody is allowed to share anything personal about you to anyone in the school. That would be a trespass, and it would be a way to like shame you. And that right there, that is not allowed in this school. If we get wind of it, that brother will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law in this school. I hope that answered your question, sis.
And if I could as well, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they you have to get permission to court. So upon getting that permission to court, like again, the brothers that are over that brother or over this sister has not only deemed them again to be suitable for courtship and possible marriage, but those are the things that are in mind. Like this brother has integrity, this sister has integrity, to know that they're going to abide in the law, in the rules, in the protocols. Because other than that, they wouldn't even be approved to court in the first place.
That's right. That's right. The Israelite school, the UPK, we take out the guesswork. Okay. A lot of these things that we do the job so you don't have to do it. That's what a father does. That's what a big brother does. So you don't have to worry about that part. There's other things that you're going to have to find out personally in your personal preference. But we do all the hard work so you don't have to. Okay.
We got one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
Kind of a concert. So the sister Sathara says, Salakia, sir, are love languages a such thing during and after a courtship in the ISUPK?
Okay, I don't know what that. Okay, I've heard that term love language, but what you might have to get a little bit more in depth with that.
Love languages are like like how people perceive love or how they receive love. I've heard people say that's how people give love. So they got like words of affirmation.
Yeah.
People love.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Well, yeah, that goes into your personal preferences.
Yeah,
that falls under that. The personal preference or what how you what makes you feel comfort. Right. What makes you what I'm saying, all those, and vice versa with the brothers, things that he may like. His love language may be some cognac, you know what I'm saying, or on ice. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It may be what his love language. Your love language, you know what? I want you to, write this poem in Hebrew with me or something. You know what I'm saying? That's more like your personal preference. So that if you're gonna call it love language, that's more like what makes you feel good as a woman.
That's right.
Okay. What you're doing, you're giving, and how do you do that? Through what? Communication.
That's right.
You got to communicate with that. Now, we're not mind readers, but you got to be able to communicate. So if that brother, he don't know, you be like, well, my love language is, I thought he would have knew. You didn't tell that brother. Or sister didn't, you know, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know. So you got to, once again, we got to communicate. And listen, we can't be afraid of communicating. Okay? I know it makes you feel vulnerable, but you have to do it in order for you to develop that that bond that could potentially turn into a marriage. Okay, I hope that answered the sister's question.
Kind of, sir. There's one more question, but it looks like more like a relationship question. I don't know if you want to take this one, sir. Or...
Okay, let's see what it says.
So it's Brother Kalatazai says, what if your partner undermines what you say, like they think you're saying what you're saying is small, and what you say doesn't matter?
Okay, Kalatazai, are you talking about in a courtship? We're not talking about a marriage. A marriage is a little bit different in that point. Are we talking about this is in a courtship or a marriage? I want to make sure I be able to answer your question. While you type that, then we'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, I'm sorry, Kalatazar, you said con to which one?
I think he's saying con. He's meaning. Oh, well, I don't know. So like.
Okay, yeah, he said con, but I don't know.
Are you talking about in a courtship, Kalatazar, or in a marriage? What are you speaking of? Getting to know someone, con, in a courtship.
Okay. So read the question one more time.
Con, sir. What if a partner undermines what you say, like they think what you're saying is small and what you say doesn't matter? Okay.
Well, you have to communicate with that. Communicate to that back to them. You gotta give them feedback.
Right.
If you have a partner, if you have a courtship and you feel like what you're saying is being undermined, is your job to vocalize that to that sister. You got to let her know. She may not know. Now, if you vocalize it to her and then she still, disregards it, then now you have now got to go back to the drawing board and say, do I really want to pursue this relationship or do I want to end it?
Right.
You get what I'm saying, brother?
Mm-hmm.
So, and once again, that goes to your personal preference. You understand? This is your tolerance level that we're talking about here, right? So you have to make a decision. Can I tolerate this or I can't? You understand? That's why we pulled up in the slides about personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Kind of a con, sir. We got I think the next thing we were reading is health is a bullet point. Does this person require medication? And this is another one. I got to say this. Does this person require it's not just mental medication for a person has a mental issue, but also physical issue. Okay. A lot of brothers and sisters, and this is going back to things that are more private. Okay. Now, this usually happens towards the end where you're getting ready to go into the marriage stage, where that brother go to your camp leader and says, okay, I want to marry this sister. Then this is where this is one more thing we step into, and we have to go and make sure that both of you are healthy or sound in mind and body, with a mind definitely beforehand, but definitely any because a lot of those things are private. Those are discreet. So we have to make sure that both of you are okay and aware with each other's health condition before you decide to consummate the marriage. Okay, keep going.
Counselor, if I could, it's the same thing you was bringing out about the animals. They genetics. You know what I mean, and their health and abilities, like all of that stuff is you're able to gauge. You know what I mean, in the courtship to be able to know. Exactly. Exactly. That's a major part, because your health is a part of the relationship. That's right. When we just not talking about sex, we're talking about your health, your physical health, your mental health. All these things are important. Are you on medication? All these things. These are things you're gonna have to deal with outside of sex. That's right. Okay. Sir. So the next thing says prioritize needs over wants. Read it again, please. Prioritize needs over wants. Mm-hmm. Needs should be primary. Wants
secondary.
Y'all understand that? I want brothers and sisters to understand that part. When you having these conversations, prioritize your needs over wants. What you need. Don't put your wants before your needs. Prioritize that. See if you can, try to see if that brother or sister checks off those boxes. That's going to save us a lot of time if we have to go to counsel. All right? Because the first thing that person or that brother or sister to say, she never said, he never said, or she never said she needed this.
That's right.
You have to establish the need. Let this person know what are your needs, which is basically your bottom line. I need this, this, and this, and this. Same thing with brothers. Lay it on the line. It's going to be uncomfortable. I know y'all are thinking about sex. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Let me stop. I need you to listen. Prioritize your needs over your wants so you can know. Once again, this is going to help you usher in. It's going to make the marriage process easy because why? You're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, needs should be primary, wants should be secondary. Let's give me Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7, my brother.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
There you go. Get that that wisdom is the principal thing. Your marriage should be governed. Your courtship should be governed by wisdom.
That's right.
That should be the principality. And who oversees that? The Israelite school of UPK, the governing body under Christ. So with all that get understanding, you have to understand, can this person meet your needs? Can this woman or this man meet your needs respectively? Respectfully. Can they meet your needs? Okay, they can meet the needs. Okay, let's go to the wants now. You see? Get understanding. That's what you got to get. A lot of people enter into relationships and marriages without understanding, so they don't understand each other. Therefore, they cannot walk together. Therefore, they agree with each other. So you have these failed relationships all over the goddamn internet. And you didn't do the principal thing you didn't get in the beginning. Because all you cared about was what you wanted. What you wanted, not what you needed. And I'm going to be quite frankly, a lot of you brothers and sisters, you don't know what you need. You need somebody to tell you what you need.
That's right.
I thank God for Commanding General Yohana. I thank God for the generals because they told me what I needed. All I thought was what I wanted. And they had to tell me, no, you can't talk to her. She's not good for you. Oh, you're not good for her. You need somebody to tell you, like, well, no, General, I can change, I can bring them in the truth, I can change them, I can do. No, you can't. The school knows something you don't know.
That's right.
These men have discernment, and they're sharper than what you think. Some of the generals got eyes like a hawk or an owl. They see way more than what you see, even though you think they don't see it. I needed somebody to tell me that is who you should marry. I had to put aside what I wanted. And guess what? That was the best thing for me. And it's the best thing for those who listen, because you're going to find out, guess what? I didn't know what I thought I needed. I didn't need. What I thought I wanted, I didn't want. The Lord will show you that if you're patient. But if you want to rush, you're going to get exactly what you want. But you're not going to want it anymore. Let's go some more, Dawada.
Concert. We also got another question.
Come on.
Okay, so the question is, Sister Maya Call says, are you still allowed to seek counsel during the courtship, or does that break trust?
No, it does not. Exactly. You are allowed to seek counsel during the courtship. That's like no different than a daughter coming to her father and say, I've been talking to this man for a couple months. I got this concern. I want to talk about this or what, you know, whatever the case. You can always call, get in contact with it. That doesn't break trust, because what do you have to hide? See, we all transparent. What do you have to? That's your brother,
right?
You his sister. We all in the ISUPK. We don't have nothing to hide,
right?
See, we got to get away from. And I'm always weary of people who want to hide stuff outside you know, away from the confines of what the school says. You know, you don't have, because we're talking about marriage. We're talking about your future as well as his. So something that may need, it may be, once again, it may be uncomfortable, but guess what? We family. We can sit down and talk about it. I guarantee you, it ain't nothing the general hasn't heard before. And he done heard a lot behind closed doors. Trust me, a lot. And he keeps it in confidence. Why? Because he loves you.
Right.
There's been people, there's been fake Israelites who didn't call Commander Junior Hunter and told him things about what was going on. And because he's such a brother, he don't even bring that out online. That's how much of a righteous leader we have in Commander General Yohana. Our enemies call us and tell us things, and he be like, "Wow, that's going to destroy that brother. Let me just keep that," and then give them counsel. So there's nothing wrong with getting counsel, brother or sister. You have something that's troubling your heart, that's on your mind, something you're not sure about, get counsel. All right? Because it's better you do it now than to marry and then now it comes up later on.
Right.
You understand? Remember, the courtship is a process to protect brothers and sisters. Okay? All right. Was that it, Dawada?
Yeah, one more question from a brother.
Okay.
Is a brother Nawan. He says, Salakia, sir, wouldn't seeing the woman for your courting nakedness would be defiling her when you now have to marry her?
No, you would not. You would not have to marry that sister, but you should not see her nakedness. Why? And that's what you got to. That's what I want to know. Why would you be seeing her nakedness if you're courting her?
Right.
He should not. And this is why we have. And I'm glad we have. And you asking this question, brother. If a woman tries to show you her nakedness in court, and you supposed to say, "La, sis, you cannot do that. You do that, I'm going to report you, sis." And what that's going to show that you have integrity. You understand? That's sister, and it showed that she does not, if she wants to expose herself once again, and outside of the rules of the UPK.
Right.
Once again, your character, and see, we're gonna get once again. This is just tonight. We gonna unpack this thing all the way to the Passover. All right, but I want to make sure that we crystal clear on what we supposed to do when it comes to courtship. Crystal clear. If that sister wants to show herself, you sis, I can't see you I can't see you in this way. You understand? The Lord wouldn't. What did Tobit say? Huh? I can't see you in this way. I'm not allowed to see you in this way, sis. Let's have some respect and let's do it the right way so the Lord bless us. You understand? She may want to just, she may just want to get undressed. She may want to show you the Victoria's Secret or whatever. You got to be like, yeah, I know, I'm feeling this way, you feeling this way, but we got to not do this. And guess what? The Lord is going to bless that. Trust me. If you do it if you get permission and do it the right way, the Lord is going to bless you in your courtship and your marriage. You understand? So I hope that answered that question, brother. All right. Where we at on this, Dawah? We already ready? Okay, let's go to the next slide.
Concert.
Okay, go ahead.
This is oversight. A courtship has oversight, dating does not.
Go ahead.
The rules of engagement are established early. For example, expectations.
There you go. That's what we do in the Israelite School of UPK. The rules of engagement. That's what the class the security announcements about. And notice just said security announcements. Okay, the rules of engagement are established. Why? Because it's a courtship, and courtship has oversight. People in the world, do you think these people have oversight on their relationships, on them dating? Hell no, they don't have no oversight. They're doing whatever the hell they feel, and that's why they run into the internet crying about relationships.
Right.
You don't have to worry about that. The Lord takes out the guesswork. Go ahead.
Khan, in other words, permission is needed by an authoritative figure. ISUPK.
There you go. Yours truly, Israelite School of UPK. That's the authoritative figure in the courtship. Okay, keep going.
Counsel is always available throughout the process if there is something you may not understand.
You understand that? That answered the other sister's question earlier about the counsel.
That's right.
Okay, so once again, now tonight all we did was go over the definition and the as far as the details of courtship. Okay, that's what we did tonight. Now we gonna gradually take this to different scenarios as we get closer to the Passover. Okay, so whatever questions you got, feel free to email Priest and Officer Dawada. He'll get those questions ready. Lord allow, we plan to do this every Tuesday up until the Passover or the week of the Passover, just so we can make sure brothers and sisters understand. Of course, we know your the schools, all the brothers and sisters in the school pretty much have heard some of this before. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly how much you heard in your zone, but I want to make sure that we are clear on everything that we are going into with this courtship. Okay, let me make sure we clear. You got any questions? Let's lay it on the line now. Okay, because like I said, a lot of brothers and sisters is going to be entering in courtships. A lot of brothers and sisters are going to be solidifying their marriage, getting their marriage blessed. So I want to make sure that we're doing what it takes to be fruitful in this nation. And so if we have healthy marriages, we have healthy communities, and then we can have a strong nation. Okay, but this is the building block. Remember, Genesis, boy, all you got to do, I don't want to get into it. We're going to go all the way from Genesis, man. We're going to break this thing all the way down on what God's plan is between man and woman as far as his chosen people and what's required of us. Okay, now a lot of people, once again, this is just like the mirrors, it's self-evaluation. Some things you might have not understood or might have messed up on, that's okay. It's time to correct that now. We're going to correct all that. We all have to get corrected and chastised. But this is where we have those conversations and have these classes. And I want to thank Priest and Officer Dawada with assisting me tonight with the technology. Y'all know it's the first time I did a PowerPoint on here. So Dawada helped me, assist me with that. You know what I'm saying? So all the brothers out there that's learning, take this. Sisters as well, take this. This is practical. I want you to apply it when it comes to courtship. And if you apply these principles that we are saying in this school, everything is going to work out. But you have to have faith and you have to have patience. Okay, it's going to work out. Those that don't, guess what? You get what you asked for. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for you in the first place. Okay, so Dawada, you want to add anything before we leave out?
Allah, sir, I'm good to go. You said it all.
Most High in Christ. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and salute everybody out. This is the Israelite School of UPK under Command of General Yohana, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, the home of the truth. We are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group on the face of the planet. I'm gonna repeat that again. We are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group on the face of the planet. All right. With that, I'm going to salute everybody out. To all the brothers, Shalom Yahweh B'Hashem B'Akatham. To all the sisters, Shalom Yahweh Shema Alatham B'Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my Can't Bleed and request me. Call my Can't Bleed and request me. Just call my.
From a spark to a flame, it burns bright, like the feeling.
Shalom, So, news just in. Costly Array will be the official corsage vendor for the Lord's 57th annual Passover this year and hopefully to continue in the future. So I thought I would show you mine. I've got mine on the gold setting with the red rose. Obviously the red rose is for married sisters, and this is to let everybody in the room know that you are very much off limits. They also come in the white rose like this, and then there's a few other variations of the red rose. And yeah, I also got mine a little bit customized. I added a K for my husband's initial, but I absolutely love this piece. Like, I wear this piece when it's not the Passover, like. So yeah, I love this down. Obviously, if you want custom orders, if you want to add initials or anything extra like that, you will need to get your order in early. I'm talking like today early. But yeah, see you guys at the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Shalom.
From a spark to a flame, it burns bright, like the feeling when you finally got my name right. Like a star in the dark, you provide light. Yeah, this could turn into something if we align right. I see you trying to change your life cause you want better. What I'm convinced in 6 months better is together. A story written for the ages, so in this short time, let's be open books. Explore pages like, are you down through all the changes? Jah finds out I'm an Israelite. I lose weight.